Hi everyone, it's Eva with a new Sims 4 speed build, and in today's video I am building an industrial loft in San Myshuno on one of the penthouse lots that I didn't even know existed. Before I built this, I had no idea this was a penthouse lot. I thought there was only two, namely the one in the bank district, I believe, and the one in the fashion district. But turns out this one in the arts district is also a penthouse lot, which basically means you can literally build however you want rather than just change interior walls, which is also one of the reasons why I don't really do apartments, so mostly penthouses. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I can freely build on this lot, and especially because I had so many plans for the roof, because I really wanted to add at least like one glass roof to have like the sun shining beautifully, and now I've ended up with three. Creating roofs like this one, where the glass looks like it's part of the main roof, is quite a complex process, and I of course didn't make that up myself. I learned how to do it from one of Kate Emerald's tutorials because they are literally lifesavers for difficult things like this. So if you want to know how to do similar roofs to this one with really handy step-by-step instructions, you should definitely check out her tutorials. I've learned a great deal from them. Moving on, the biggest part of this industrial loft is obviously the interior. Lofts like this were often old warehouses of some sort that were then converted to lofts and penthouses at some point, which is why they have super high walls and these like very industrial looking and also like super high windows. And then of course other features are exposed brick walls inside, and in general very like industrial looking elements like beams and steel wall trims, etc., for which the eco lifestyle pack actually came in really handy, not gonna lie. And one thing that is very typical of lofts, and industrial lofts specifically, is the open concept, because obviously warehouses were built with open concept in mind and not many small rooms. And also what you can often find is the balcony part with, fences inside. So rather than having two separate floors, it feels like it's one big room, which is something I absolutely adore. I'm a huge fan of open concept. Let me know in the comments if you like the look of this open concept indoor balcony style, or if you prefer lots of rooms and walls separating the apartment. I feel like British people aren't used to open concept builds because British houses are quite narrow, but in America I believe open plan is like a massive thing. So yeah, do let me know, I'm really curious. So for the kitchen, I once again had a mental breakdown moment having to decide which kitchen counters and cupboards to use, because I honestly can't stand any of them in The Sims 4. They're all hideous, especially the cupboards, because for one, most of them don't even match the swatch of the counter, and two, I really like open shelving cupboards for kitchens, which is why I simply decided to build my own kitchen cupboards, because nothing really fit the style of an industrial loft. So yeah, the ones I built are basically just black shelves, and for the sides I used a debug pole from the base game, and I think it almost looks like a realistic shelf. I'm quite chuffed. And then my favourite part of all was obviously the cluttering. In general, my favourite room to build in any house is the kitchen. I just love it so much, and there are so many little items and decorations that make this room super realistic. And so I literally went through the entire debug catalogue and all the decorations to find even the tiniest little cluttering items. A lot of the items I used are from Eco Lifestyle, because we get juice bottles and milk cartons in that, and yeah, I used some cereal from Outdoor Retreat, some food things from Dine Out, but yeah, basically any item you can find in a kitchen. And I also created a kind of backsplash behind the sink with some shelves made out of slabs where I put like little items like a sponge and washing up liquid and so on. Yeah, I'm super happy with the result of the entire kitchen. I really hope you like it too. For the living room, I decided to build a custom TV unit with the smallest size of the base game kitchen cupboards, and again some shelves and debug poles like I used for the kitchen cupboards. So yeah, the styles of the two rooms kind of match, and again I cluttered it for ages, Oh, and also I'll give you a handy cluttering tip right here. A lot of objects have to be manually raised to a specific height, but if you've noticed, by like pressing 9 you can raise the object, but it'll snap to a specific height every time you press the button, and that sometimes means that the object will float above the shelf or whatever surface. And so to avoid that, I always use a wall shelf and freely use it by pressing Alt if you have the bb.move objects cheat on. So yeah, I can place it on the same height as the actual shelf or the surface, and then I place my object on my helping shelf and it will snap onto the height of the shelf. So then you can drag it away from the shelf and it will still be at that height, which is really, really handy. And you can literally just Alt move it onto whatever surface you want it to be. It won't snap onto that anymore. Does that make sense at all? There is a mod or something, I believe, known as the red shelf, if you've heard of that, but because I don't use mods or CC, I can't really tell you too much about it. I just use these like in-game alternatives for that. Especially like small objects work perfect with the wall shelf. You don't need any like custom shelf or anything for that. And bigger objects, which don't normally snap onto wall shelves, I normally use like tables, coffee tables, whatever. I don't know if that was helpful at all, but I did try, so. Also, like I said in the last video, if you'd like step-by-step tutorials for any of these custom build ideas that I have, let me know in the comments so I can see how many of you would actually be interested in that, and then I'll consider doing those for you. Also, if you're enjoying this speed build and would like to see more videos like this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm super, super grateful for everybody who's joining me here. So the speed build is coming to an end soon, but definitely stick around for the upcoming tour. I really, really hope you enjoy, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!